Hey guys, welcome to the Power of Letting Go. I am Amy Bush, and today we're going to talk about a couple of tips and also about my story with mental health and how I overcame it and still, have it today, and how I go through my daily affirmations and other techniques that kind of help me along. The power of letting go. I mean, how many times have you had a day where it just starts off and it just keeps going? Everything back to back is a mess, and it weighs down on you pretty hard, huh? So, speaking of dropping the ball on things and having a rough day, today I totally thought this workshop was at 2 p.m. Not sure where that came from exactly, but we are here now at 2 p.m. For the original that was at 10 a.m. And it was a moment of reflection, a moment of, time where I started to get upset at myself, kicking myself about not having all my ducks in a row. And then it came down to the fact that I needed to set boundaries. Maybe I shouldn't have taken so much on in my day today, or I should have prioritized things a little differently, or took a glance at the calendar just to refresh one more time, at the beginning of my day. And so it's things like that where we really need to acknowledge that, yes, we did mess up. We had a mess up. But we are human, right? Humans are infamous for not being perfect creatures. So having grace for that, and then reflection, taking that reflection, journaling or mentally noting that next time I'm going to prioritize better. I'm going to set boundaries for not putting so much on my plate. And a lot of times we have this mentality that we have to take that guilt or shame or anger that I missed the workshop this morning, and the blame that I had on myself and the harshness that I was. And then I added the anxiety of what am I going to do, or the anxiety of just all that I have to do in my day. And then I add that to my bag. And then I have all the negative self-talk, all the depression or the things that come up that say, you're not good enough. Look what you did back 2 months ago. You're just repeating the same thing that you did then. All those negative thoughts. And after a while, we start to carry that around with us every single day, right? We let those slip-ups, we let those things, those conversations or incidences we had with our boss, our coworkers, or our family members or friends, and we lug it around all day. And we take that burden, we take those negative things, and we just carry them around. We start circling them. They start coming up over and over again in our day. And we're just walking around with this heavy, heavy load that we can simply, but not so simple, we can release those things. We can let go of those things. Just like I was talking to you about this morning. This morning I had that little bit of, negative self-talk that was like, Amy, I can't believe you did this. I can't believe you did that when you did it 2 months ago, or you should have done this better. You should have been perfect. And instead of letting that cycle for hours and days reminiscing on that, I decided to come back present. I decided to destroy that negative self-talk with some positive affirmations. Amy, you're smart. You have a great message to share today. You'll get it in somehow, whether it's postponed or brought up later as a recording. It'll be okay. And then also the anxiety of all that I had on my to-do list today, all of the things of worrying, how am I going to get this in? How am I going to figure it out? Where's this going to go? All the things of unknown in the future, all the lists, all the things on my calendar, they're all going to get done. And I brought it back to the present moment when I have the anxiety that is crippling, that has taken over my life before, whenever I've had big changes in my life, like when I left college and joined the workforce. That was a huge change. That was a trigger for me. So finding what were my triggers and then working with those by doing meditation. Coming back to the present moment when I let myself tell stories into the future and get all worked up about something that didn't even happen. So those were a couple of different techniques. About being mindful also. Letting go is also a technique or phrase for non-attachment. So letting things pass by and not diving into emotion, feeling the emotion, knowing why the emotion is coming up, but not letting it linger and reminisce and just play over and over in this kind of TV screen of storytelling that we have where we make up things or just cannot move on, replaying just to keep the mind busy and focused on something instead of coming back to that present. Knowing that when that happens, when we let that go off into a tangent of either anxiety or the depression that may come swooping in, that always dives you back into the past, oh, you'll never change, oh, this is so, absorbing and all the negative and just the things that were hurtful or the things that happened, we let that steal our joy of the present moment. So again, with anxiety and depression, whichever spectrum it was for me, the importance of mindfulness, of meditation, of yoga, and just staying present, always coming back to the present moment was my tool. I did use tools like antidepressants that were supposed to help me with my anxiety, but actually took me into more of a depression. That didn't work for me. Maybe it works for you, but you have to start with the acknowledgement of what's going on, knowing that you have the power to overcome. It does not come easy. It is not as simple as dumping a backpack of weights out. These are very heavy weights, and every day you get out of bed and your backpack is heavy. And it takes time. Just like building muscle, just like getting good at basketball or whatever the skill is that you're trying to learn, you have to have those sources, counseling or a psychiatrist or something of that sort that's going to help you through it. And practicing day after day what techniques work for you will help you to overcome it. A couple of resources that we have here at Cox, Resources for Living. If you're not aware, we do have 8 free counseling sessions that is available to you as a Cox employee. And that is 8 sessions per weight that you're bearing, whether it's grief, whether it is anxiety, depression, another mental diagnosis that you have, whether it is a parent who now needs more of your care. There are so many things that this company offers to you that is a great resource. That is one that a lot of people don't know about. So if you do have questions about that, let me know. I do have a flyer I can send to you that will help you along your journey. We also have Headspace. Headspace is great. I am a true user of my Headspace app. Try to do it morning and night, but remember, if you are wanting to dive into meditation, there are 1 minute, even 5 minutes, 3 minutes, all the way up to 20 minutes, and then sleep time stories or bedtime stories to help you unwind, to help you unload your weight of the day's stressors that you can utilize as well. Please make sure that you are signed up for that, and if you are signed up, make sure that you are actively using that app because it has helped me in so many ways, from sleep quality to a better frame of mind to dealing with anger, dealing with finding more joy in my life, happiness, anxiety, stress. They have so many topics on that app, so please make sure that you do get signed up for that. And speaking of joy, some ways that you can find joy in your day. This is when I was more into stuck in a sadness or dealing with something that the present moment was out of the question. It kept coming back into my mind over and over, replaying. And so really starting my day with an attitude of gratitude. So being grateful, not just in November for Thanksgiving, but being grateful for the small things. So starting your day or ending your day, some people like to end their day this way, with thinking about 2 or 3 things that you're grateful for. Over time, it really changes your perspective, changes your mindset to a attitude of gratitude for even the small things. So it extends from the small things into the bigger things in life. And it really has helped me find joy and happiness in my everyday as well as my life completely. If you ever want to talk or you have any questions or want to know more about my story, feel free to please reach out to me. It's amy.bush@coxinc.com, and I'd be glad to hear from you. Know that you are most certainly not alone. We all have something that we are working with or working through. Thanks so much for attending today. I hope you gained some knowledge or some helpful tools for you to go about the rest of your day, your week, your month, and we hope to see you soon.